seriously read a book. My name's John. Today we are going to do the last part of Junie B, first grader, Aloha-Ha-Ha, written by Barbara Park, illustrated by Denise Brunkus. Chapter 7, Flower Head. Junie B starts this chapter by writing in her journal, so you can see her handwriting there, and I'm going to read you her journal entry. Day 4. Dear first grade journal, I am writing this page on a stupid dumb tour bus. Stupid dumb tour bus is the grown-up word for there is nothing but old people on this thing. We are going on a nature hike. A nature hike is when you look at plants and birds and scenery. I cannot think of a worse activity. Mother said I will get some good pictures today. Big whoop. From Junie B, I do not want to be here. I closed my journal and I did a huff. This stupid dumb bus trip is taking forever, I grumped. Mother and Daddy rolled their eyes, because we hadn't actually left the parking lot yet. I kept on grumping. Then finally, the bus door closed and we started to go. A man in the front seat picked up a microphone. Aloha! He hollered. All of the bus people sat there real silent. Then a few of them said, Aloha, back at him. Only way quieter. The man laughed. Oh, come on! You can do better than that. Aloha! He hollered again. And so this time more people said it. But they still weren't loud enough for him, I guess, because he went through that same nonsense 5 more times. I tapped on Mother. This guy is getting on my nerves. I said, shh, she said back. I looked at Squeezer. Being shushed is getting on my nerves too. I said, the man kept talking. He said his name is Donald, and he will be our nature guide today. I did a sigh. Little children do not like nature, I said. Donald kept on blabbing. He said, we were on our way to a beautiful rainforest, and we will see some of the most spectacular scenery in the world. I covered my face. Little children hate spectacular scenery, I said. Donald went on. He said, we will see gorgeous flowers and magnificent trees and beautiful birds of all colors. I did a loud groan. Can this situation get any boringer? I said. An old man in front of me heard me say that. He peeked his head over the seat real friendly. He said his name was Harold, and he was 88 years young. When you get to be my age, spectacular scenery is as exciting as it gets, he said. I sighed again. That's not much to look forward to, Harold, I said. Daddy quickly leaned over, and he told me to please find something to do. Then he gave me my camera, and he said to take a picture of the people on the bus. I waited till we stopped at a light. Then I stood in the aisle, and I took a picture. Click, click. Oh, look. It's a picture of all of the old people in the bus with Junie B. There appears to be like an old couple like in the center on the back row, and then people all along the seats. All these people look pretty happy. Oh, and the caption is, Day 4, a bus full of old people. I sat back down. That picture will go nicely with my other embarrassing photojournal pictures, I said. Room 1 is going to laugh me right out of show and tell. After that, Mother snatched my camera away, and she said, maybe I needed a nap. I covered my ears. Yeah, only how can I even sleep with all of Donald's yakking going on? I said. That man would not stop, I tell you. He told us the names of 1,000,000,000 Hawaii birds and 1,000,000,000,000 Hawaii flowers. Plus also he talked about pineapples and coconuts and bananas and papayas. Then Donald took a big breath and he started talking about tuna fish. I threw my hands in the air. For the love of Pete, someone take his microphone away, I hollered. Mother did a gasp at that comment. Daddy did a gasp too. I quick covered my mouth. But it was too late. All the bus people were stretching their necks out at me. Junie B, what on earth has gotten into you today? Asked Mother. I slumped way down. Sorry, Mother, sorry, but I've got stress in my head. 'Cause I really need an exciting picture for my photo journal. Only what kind of exciting picture can you get on a stupid, dumb nature walk with old people? I stopped and looked over the seat. No offense, Harold, I said. None taken, he said back. It's just that I'm running out of time, I explained. Aren't we all? Said Harold. Mother sat me down again. Well, I can promise you one thing, Junie B, she said. If you go on this hike with a bad attitude, nothing good will happen. But if you keep an open mind, you might be surprised. Sometimes nature can be very exciting. I slumped down even more. Yeah, right. Exciting, I said. I turned and looked out the window. I don't care what she says. Nature is not exciting, even if it's in paradise. This bus trip took forever, it seemed. But finally, at last, the driver turned a corner and we pulled into a parking lot. We're here, said Donald. Welcome to our beautiful Hawaiian rainforest. I sprang up like a spring. Then I ran outside and I sniffed real deep. Fresh air, I thought I would never breathe you again, I said. Pretty soon Donald gathered all the bus people around him. He gave us a nature guidebook and he told us the hiking rules. Hiking rule number 1, he said. Please stay on the hiking trail and do not wander off on your own, he went on. Hiking rule number 2, please do not disturb the natural vegetation. And hiking rule number 3, please be respectful of nature and speak in quiet voices. I looked at Squeezer and rolled my eyes. Wonderful. Another quiet voice day, I grouched. After that, all of the bus people lined up behind Donald and we started hiking down the trail. It was slow as molasses, I tell you. On account of every 2 seconds, people kept stopping to look at stuff. Just plain old normal stuff, I mean. Like plants, and flowers, trees. Finally, I got frustration in me. Okay, folks, keep it moving. We've seen it all before, I called. Daddy quick scooped me up and he sat me on a rock. Then he waited for the other bus people to pass by. And big surprise, I got scolded again. He said, if I can't behave myself, we will go back to the bus right now and we will sit there till all the people come back. Is that what you want to do, Missy? He said, huh? Is it? I made a grump face. No, Daddy, I said. I don't want to do any of this stuff. I wish we could do something exciting because I've already seen flowers in nature before. Just then Mother picked up a flower that was lying on the trail. Oh, but you've never seen a flower quite like this, Junie B. She said, look how beautiful this is. It looks like a big red powder puff. Then she stuck it in my hair. Then she took out a mirror to let me see. I stared at myself, very admiring. Whoa, I said. I look stunning. Mother laughed. Yes, you do, she said. This would make a really cute picture. My face got brighter. Hey, yeah, I said. This could be the first cute picture of my whole entire photo journal. I quick got my camera and I held it way out in front of me. Then, click, click. I took a picture of my very own self. Now that one is a keeper, I said. Here's a picture of Junie B, knowing that she looks cute, and the caption says, I am stunning! Exclamation point. She looks happy in that picture. After that, all of us started hiking again. Only this time, I was the slowpoke, because I kept picking up powder puff flowers and sticking them in my hair. Pretty soon my whole head was full of those beautiful things. I stuck extra ones in my pockets and my shirt buttons and my shoelace holes. Then I looked down at Squeezer and smiled. Nature is being a little bit fun, I said. I smiled bigger. Who knew? Chapter 8, Clicking. We hiked and hiked to the end of the trail. Then Donald gave us granola bars. Plus also, we drank Gatorade. Donald liked my flower head. You look like a walking lehua blossom, he said. I did a frown at that word. A lehua what-a? I said. A lehua blossom. The flowers in your hair are red lehua blossoms, he explained. Lehua blossoms are a favorite food source for a little red bird called an apapane. I stared at that man for a real long time. You have way too much information in your head, Don, I said. Don laughed real hard. Then I laughed too, only it wasn't actually a joke. After we rested, we started hiking back to the bus. Mother and Daddy and I went last again, only this time I had to walk even slower. On account of the flowers kept falling out of my hair, and so I had to keep picking them up and putting them back. Come on, Junie B, said Mother. We need to stay up with the others. If the flowers fall out of your hair, you'll just have to leave them. I did a frown. But I worked very hard at this flower arrangement, I said, and I don't want to go back to the bus empty-headed. Mother thought for a minute. Then she picked up more flowers from the trail, and she wove them in all over my head. Plus also she used some bobby pins to hold them. There. That ought to do the trick, she said. Now come on, let's go. We've got to catch up. And so both of us started to run, only too bad for me because all of a sudden my shoe came loose, and so I quick sat down on the trail to tie it. And that is the last pleasant hiking memory I have. Whoosh! The noise zoomed by my ear. Whoosh! I did a gasp. A teensy red bird flew right by my face. I sat there real frozen. The bird fluttered and flapped and chirped and twerped, then dipped and swirled and then plopped. That crazy bird landed right on top of my head. My mouth tried to shout, but no words would come out. I quick stood up and tried to shoo him away, but he just flapped and flopped and fluttered some more, and he kept right on staying there. And then finally my voice came back to normal. Bird! Bird! 911! 911! Bird! 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 I screeched. Mother and Daddy came running back to me. Their mouths fell all the way open. Then they tried to shoo the bird away too, but it kept flapping and flopping and fluttering up there. Suddenly Mother covered her mouth with her hand. Oh my gosh, I think it's stuck, she said. I think it's tangled in her hair. My eyes got big and wide at that news. Tangled! I yelled. The bird is tangled in my hair! Are you kidding me? I raised my screech even louder. It's tangled! It's tangled! 911! 911! Tangled bird! I hollered. All of the bus people came rushing back at once, plus Donald came rushing back too. He came to a stop in front of the group, then he quick gathered himself together and he started giving orders. Okay, I need everyone to go back to the bus now, he said, please. The old people hurried away. Then Donald turned to Mother and Daddy and he made his voice very calmly. Okay, Mom and Dad, step away from the bird, he said. Mother and Daddy looked at each other, then both of them stepped away. After that, Donald walked to me real slow, and he squatted down next to me, and he held my hand. You okay, honey? He said. I rolled my eyes. I've got a bird on my head here, Don. How good can I be? I said. Donald smiled. I don't know, you look pretty brave to me, he said. I thought for a minute, and I did a sigh. I'm not, Donald. I'm not brave, I said. I'm afraid of jellyfish and eels. Donald shrugged. Join the club, he said. After that, he gave me a pat, and he told me my final instructions. Just hold your head perfectly still, he said. I'm going to walk behind you and untangle this little guy, okay? My heart pounded very hard. Okay, I said back. I stood as still as could be. Donald's voice kept talking real quiet and calm. In all my years as a nature guide, I've never seen a sight like this, he said. I raised my eyebrows. Really, Donald? Really, he said. I wish I had a picture of this. A picture of this would be 1 in a million. That's when it hit me. I did a gasp. Donald, I have a camera, I said. I pointed to my backpack lying on the trail. It's right in there. Mother covered her mouth. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot about that, she said. Then she bent down real slow and she got the picture from my backpack and... Here is a picture of Junie B with a bird in her hair, and the caption is, a bird in the hair. It's like a little nest up there. Junie B's eyes are looking up at it. Click, click. I took a picture. I kept on staying still. I felt Donald pick up the bird real gentle, and he untangled its feet from my hair. Click, click. Mother took another picture. Then hooray! Look. There is a picture of someone's hands holding a bird, and the caption is, "A bird in the hand." Donald held out his hands, and he showed me the teensy little red bird. "Look, see? Not one feather harmed," he said. "Good job, young lady." I smiled real relieved. "Good job to you too, Donald," I said. He winked at me. "How about if you and I go release this little fella back to his tree?" he said. "He's going to have a pretty exciting story to tell all of his friends, isn't he?" I thought about show and tell. "Yes!" I said. "We both are." After that, I took the camera from Mother, and me and Donald went down the trail a little way. Donald set the little bird on a rock, and he kept his hands around the bird real gentle. "Ready?" said Donald. "Ready," I said. Donald took his hands away, and flap, flap! The bird started to fly. I began snapping pictures very fast. Click, click! You can see the bird flew up to the picture there, and the caption is, "A bird in the tree." Click, click! She took another picture. "Bye bye birdie" is the caption on that one, and it's a picture of the bird flying away from the tree. Then zoom! It flew away. For a second I stood there real silent. Donald stood real silent too. "Whoa," I said finally. "Wow," said Donald. We looked at each other and smiled. I aimed my camera one more time. Click, click. It's a picture of Donald smiling, and it says, "My new friend, Dawn." Chapter 9. Aloha. Here's a journal entry from Junie B. Day 5. Dear first grade journal, it is already tomorrow morning. Mother and Daddy are still sleeping, only I don't even know how they could even go to sleep at all last night because yesterday was the excitingest day of my life. Donald talked into the microphone the whole way home. He said that the bird was just a baby and it thought my head was a giant flower, probably. Also, he said how brave I was and that I was a delightful little girl. It was a very interesting conversation. But that was not even the end of my exciting bird day. On account of last night, I took a bubble bath. And Squeezer got all warmish and soapish. And what do you know, he slipped right off with the bubbles. I am getting to be excellent with birds. Someday, I will be a nature guy, probably. I thought for a second. Or maybe I will be a photojournal guy, possibly. I tapped on my chin. No, wait! Maybe I might like to arrange hair flowers, because I have a talent for that too, I believe. From Junie B, nature guy, and other possible stuff. I put my pencil down and took out my photojournal, because after the bus trip yesterday, we went right to the drugstore and we got my pictures developed and they turned out beautifully, I tell you. I showed them to Philip, Johnny, Bob, and Squeezer. They loved them very much. Also, I tried to show them to Dolores, but she was busy getting a facial. After I finished looking at the pictures, I lined them up in my journal and I printed their captions all nice and neat. I smiled as I read them. Okay, let's look at these pictures. Here we go. So, we have Day 1 Grouchy Ladies, Day 2 Doofus Girl and Squeezer, Day 3 Hawaii is making a fool out of me, Day 4 a bus full of old people, I am stunning, a bird in the hair, a bird in the hands, a bird in the tree, bye bye birdie, my new friend Dawn. Yeah. Mr. Scary was right. A photojournal really does tell a story in pictures. And Dawn was right too. My bird picture was 1 in a million. I did a sigh. 1 in a million, I whispered. You really can't beat 1 in a million. I opened up my suitcase and I packed my journal real careful. I smiled some more. Room 1's first official photojournal ever, I said. I stood up a little straighter. 'Cause feeling official made me taller again. Just then the radio went off. Today was going to be our last day in Hawaii. And so Mother and Daddy had set the alarm. I looked at the clock and grinned. There was still time for one more delicious pancake breakfast. I tippy-toed over to Daddy and blew air in his face. He opened one eyeball. I waved. Aloha-Ha-Ha, I whispered. Daddy did a chuckle. I kissed him on the cheek. Hawaii was the time of my life. And that was Junie B, first grader Aloha-Ha-Ha by Barbara Park, illustrated by Denise Brunkus. Y'all, wasn't that an amazing story? So if you liked it, please like and subscribe and click the bell for notifications. If you want to get a copy of the book yourself, there's a link below where you can go to Amazon and order a copy yourself. Support the author and illustrator. And that's that. Hope y'all are having a great day and come back and do some more stories with us here at Seriously Read a Book. Have a great day.